I count to 3, you're going to wake up and remember Dr. Adair killed AJ, not me.
I'm flattered, but if you can't keep away from my office, which I'd really prefer, I'd appreciate it if you'd knock before you enter.
I'm retracing the final hours of Rachel Adair's life. When did you last see her?
Barely knew the woman.
You knew she was dead.
Yes, and it's tragic.
And convenient, considering the fact that Rachel told me she saw you coming out of AJ's room the night he died, and I confronted you about it. So Rachel gets away with murder. And kills herself and decides to leave a confession. Less than 24 hours later, Michael, who's been traumatized for months, suddenly realizes that Rachel killed AJ. And you know, it all fits. It's almost as if somebody planned the whole thing that way.
Come in. Dr. Thomas and Detective Beaudry, this is Officer Spencer. I'd like to ask you a few questions about Rachel Adair.
What are you doing here?
Just chatting with Dr. Thomas.
Hey, you're going to have to wait outside.
All right.
How long did you know Dr. Adair? Well, we were colleagues, just professionally.
Why'd she come to you the night she died?
She had questions about the Michael Corinthos case.
Why?
She was concerned about it. I mean, she knew that he'd been traumatized, and she wanted to know the progress of his recovery. Did she say anything about AJ Quartermain? No. What was her state of mind? Was she agitated or depressed? Yeah, actually, yes. I mean, she seemed almost desperate to hear that Mike was going to be okay, and when I couldn't reassure her, she seemed to reach some kind of resolution. Yeah, looking back on it, I realize now that she must have been contemplating suicide.
So did Dr. Thomas mention that Rachel Adair saw him coming out of AJ Quartermain's hospital room the night that he died?
Who told you about that?
I went to see Rachel Adair to question her about AJ's death.
Was she suggesting that Dr. Thomas killed AJ?
She gave me the facts. She said she noticed the time on the wall clock.
Dr. Adair has a history of lying.
Yeah, still, though. It's interesting that Dr. Thomas was one of the last people to see her alive, isn't it?
Excuse me. Spencer, what about the autopsy? They'll only tell you.
Detective Beaudry. Thanks. Rachel Adair died of an overdose of barbiturates. There's no sign or indication of force or coercion.
What about the suicide note?
It's her handwriting.
So the evidence checks out. Rachel Adair killed herself.
And for the record, we'll get further in this case. You stop presenting the fact that I'm your superior. Yeah, well, thanks for the reminder.
Gentlemen, there you are. I'd like you to pull your notes on the Rachel Adair case.
You want to wait back to the PCPD to close the file?
No, you can't.
Forensics came back. It's officially a suicide.
Well, I'm going to be asking for a second autopsy, but I'm going to need evidence to back it up. I want you to go back to your notes. I want you to find a mistake that was made at the scene of the crime, signs of a struggle that was overlooked, a chain of evidence that was broken. Find me something.
No, we can't admit to a mistake that wasn't made.
Whoa, Hotshot, you're not getting this, are you? Think. Rachel Adair did not commit suicide. She was murdered by Sonny Corinthos to cover up the fact that Michael, my grandson, killed AJ Quartermain.
Any evidence that leads you to believe that?
I know. 20 years of being a prosecutor. Experience. I know. I just need you two to find me the proof.
In other words, you just want us to manufacture evidence. That may be the way you work Durant, but I don't.
Do you have money problems there, Spencer? I mean, why is Corinthos paying you to make Rachel Adair's murder look like it's
Let it go. Let it go. This doesn't want to take it.
You want want to avoid suspension. You bring me proof that Rachel Adair was murdered by Sonny Corinthos.
What the hell are you thinking? Jump on the DA. He says I'm on Sonny's payroll. You just gave Durant the leverage that he wanted.
Okay, you know what? It's about that crack you made about my money problems.
So what?
Yeah.
No one joins the force to get rich.
Yeah, most cops aren't letting their fiancés pay their medical bills by having another man's baby either.